About due an update vid, I think. Not been a lot going on this year racing wise, but I thought I'd give you a walk around what's going on in the unit. So we're still on with the Accord. That's been what I've been focusing on, spending money on. Last big purchase, built gearbox. It's got JDM 4th, EP3 123, JDM 4th, and then an Accord 4th and 5th as a 5th and 6th. And then it's got 5.1 final drive and a CAS Civic Cup spec LSD. So that's all back together thanks to John, our mate John. So this weekend, hopefully get it mated to the engine. If you remember, this is high comp, rods, pistons, dropping cams, an ASM replica exhaust manifold, and it's gonna run modified RSP insert manifold with, I don't know if you can see in there, not really, it's a bit dark, but it's got the short velocity stacks what T7 design do. Real good mod, shifts the power band about. Other things we've got is solid front subframe bushings, RDX injectors, choice of clutches, throttle body. I think got a lightweight flywheel, I can't remember the brand, but yeah, had that a while. Uprated rear engine mount, and I think Josh is on about doing some modifying, and we're going to do away with the front engine mount, uprate the gearbox side mount, and possibly mod this subframe to lose a bit of weight. That's what we're up against with this thing. I did weigh it. Currently weighs 720 kilograms as it sits. So obviously no running gear, but gives you an idea that we're kind of on the right track. I think it's looking at slightly over 1100 when done, but we'll see. I don't know if I've shown the rest of the work Josh did. So he added the front part of the cage in. Just super basic because obviously, again, weight things. Still got the rear floor to cover. But yeah, I'll see if I can show you this. Yeah, so we literally, he just built a bracket to pick up off the dash bar because we wanted to do away with all that as well because that was super heavy, obviously all the adjustment on it and stuff, so we chopped all that off the steering column. Stock shifter, but again, plastics, lighter than the billet ones. I'm gonna get a front screen made for it by Plastics for Performance. I just need to take my screen to them so they can copy it. So that's in the works. But yeah, that's where we're up to with that. Next after that, we've got some fuel setup stuff to do. That is surge tank, fuel pump and filter, the mounting underneath the car. I had it like that previously when it was on the road. But yeah, that's where we're up to with that. Third gen, not done anything else on that. Been messing around with wheels because I can never get it to look how I want it to, but finally this wheel and tyre setup sizing I actually like. So these are 215 50 15 DZ03Gs, and on the back I've got 195 60 DZ03Gs. They're actually Nankangs currently, but the Dunlops are upstairs. But yeah, the ride height and everything seems to be okay at this, as it sits. I do like it with the 16s on, but they're a bit tall, to be fair. But yeah, we're just waiting while I get more done on this, and then spend some more money on this. Bit dusty in there, as is everything in here. The joys of being on a farm. But yeah. So the EG, some of you might have seen me ran it at Cadwell Park. I don't think I've done a vid since then. In Time Attack. Entered the pro class on the slicks. And it went well. It did, I think it did one, the first session we used AR52s and it did 130 flat. Around Cadwell on AR52s, and then put the slicks on. We had a little bit of trouble in the second session, so we missed that one. The third session it did a 127.4, I think, on the slicks. So yeah, really good. Fastest front wheel drive to ever go around there. Josh thinks it probably could have done a 126. But unfortunately in the last session, we assumed everyone else would be turning the boost up and going faster, so we did that too. And cracked a ringland. Got a bit greedy. So we've not touched it since, basically. It's just sat here because Josh is busy racing an E92 M3 with his friend in some mini endurance racing this year. So yeah, we've not touched this. There is plans to upgrade it further, more to Time Attack spec, because as it sits, like, we're way under the regs with our aero. And obviously less weight, could do a carbon roof. Still got a glass rear window. There's definitely some weight to get out of it, and possibly more power. I've been looking at a company in Australia called Quantum, who make Rotrex specific cams, and they give about 100 brake horse at the sort of power level we are. So yeah, that'd push us like well over 500 brake, and we could possibly turn the boost down to less stress the engine. So that's something I've been looking into. They are made to order, but I've been in touch with them, and apparently he just knocks them out as and when. He was in the middle of swapping his CNC machine, but I think he should have that sorted now, so I'll be able to get some on order. But yeah, the other little thing I've been messing around with is I picked up a couple of minis. Well, I picked up this one first. This is an R58 coupe, John Cooper Works. So 210 brake horse. Never really seen one before until my mate got it in at his dealership. Yeah, and he ended up buying it just as sort of a fun weekend car. But yeah, as you can see, I've done a few bits to it. It was totally stock when I got it. Some BC coilovers, 18-inch rotiform wheels that I had on the Primera, because as you can see, the Primera is no longer here. I sold that. Had to give up some projects to make way for other projects. Yeah, BC's, it's stock power still. I've just put a downpipe, sports cat downpipe on it. It's got these Buddy Club seats, what I had kicking about. What else? I've just done, well, me and Josh at the weekend, last weekend, did bigger aluminium radiator, bigger intercooler, and an oil cooler, because they do run hot, these things. I've never really looked into them before, but I've always liked the look of them, but more so the hatch. But like I said, this came at the right price at the right time. And then this popped up. Well, I went to buy the downpipe of this couple second hand, and they had this set on the driver, and it's blown up. It's a Cooper S, but the earlier one, so N14 engine. But yeah, it was cheap enough, and it had the JCW kit on and stuff, so yeah, I just bought it because I thought I might K-swap one. I've got a K24 set there. left over from previous. Oh, it's kind of a spare for the EG, but also planned for the Primera and stuff. But yeah, I thought, yeah, I'd quite fancy the K-Swap one. See what they're like. They are a bit heavy for what they are, to be honest, which is quite amazed at. But yeah, so I've joined a group buy. There's a UK company currently making the engine mounts. Well, I think Gizfab has made the mounts, and but there's a company called 611 Motorsport are doing a group buy on them, so they sort of instigated the build by Gizfab. So he's done the mounts. I joined that group buy. I'll get the engine sat in and then decide what we need to do for drive shafts. I presume it'll be. I think 611 Motorsport are getting shafts and the wiring harness side of things sorted as well, but whether I'll go the same route, I don't know, because I think they want to use max ECU, which makes things considerably more expensive. If I could run it on K-Pro, I already have a couple of K-Pros here, so that'd reduce the cost a lot. But yeah, so that's where we're up to. So looking to get this sort of up and running by the end of this year, maybe even test it. But all depends on funds. So we'll see how things go. Right, that's it for now. See you next time.